What's going on, guys? Bank Robber Games here with more ADACA Zone Patrol. And last episode, when we left off, it was a really cool episode. We did a lot of exploration, found quite a few artifacts, along with completing some quest objectives and completing a quest overall as well. So I definitely recommend going back and watching last episode if you haven't seen it, so you understand where we are at in terms of the guide. Last episode as well was the end of sort of my recording session, so I have had to reload or re-enter the zone. But I've just got back to where we were last episode. So that is the quest completed, and then we can now talk to this character. It doesn't always work, you don't always get to speak to him straight away, in which case just exit the pit and re-enter. So here we have unlocked another companion, Cazador, and he tends to be quite powerful, looks quite cool as well, so we are going to replace Mike with him for the time being. I don't think you need to have him with you in order to complete this mission revolving around the cardinals here. Because like he said, he can talk to you over the radio. But for now, we are going to head over into the haunt, and there's not going to be that much we can do there, or well, we can do quite a bit there, but there's not going to be that much we're going to cover this first visit to the haunt. We will make sure to do everything later on in the guide. I'm not sure we can pick up any tank gun ammo. So that does seem to be the maximum amount of ammo we can have for it, which is more than enough considering how powerful it is. Did sound like we had a certain type of enemy there. I definitely wouldn't want to run into. And just to show it off, I'm going to pick up the unique plasma rifle, or fusion rifle, or whatever it's called. And they do have a laser magnum on them, but it tends to not have much ammo with it. You can, however, pick it up and then pick up the ammo near the entrance to the haunt if you want to top up. And the haunt is quite a dangerous area because it is well, haunted. So random things will be thrown at you. So there's other stuff going on down here. And if you watched the previous episodes, you'd remember that the cultists were interested in something that was in the haunt. But we're not going to worry about that for now. So this is an artifact that was mentioned to us over the radio. And there's this symbol here, along with a secret message that we can see because of the goggles we've purchased. And we do know the code to this door. I am going to come back to it in the future. Pointing out another very important area is this sort of blood river, this radiation, and we can't make our way through there at the time being just because we haven't got a radiation suit. And similar to the campaign, a lot of the time there is a dangerous spectre in this room that will like throw things at you or attack you with powerful weapons, but we just want to follow the conflux sign and make our way into the Priory. Like I said, we're not doing much in our first visit to the haunt at all. Sure if we had any other codex entries. Nope. I'm just going to delete these because we've already found the parts for the radar dish. And like I said before, because we've got the goggles, they will point out artifacts to us, which makes it a lot easier to find things in the environment. And there's always some food items, ammo, and some health packs in this tent whenever you load into the Priory. There is also 2 machine guns here, but I don't think they have as much ammo on them that they normally would. They're a bit low on ammo. Instead of going down the chain, you jump into the water here. There is another artifact. And if we head directly north, from here, follow this rock formation round, there is another artifact hidden for us. Cazador another weapon that he might be a bit more effective with. Now we're just going to follow the same route as we would in the campaign. There is also a ladder that you can go up if you want to swim across. So if you remember this quest here that we got off Cazador, talking about hunting down the cardinals, the Conflux cardinals. That's obviously the computer we needed to hack in order to get their location. Data cache reader here. And this is another quest step in the rescuing the scientist. She's got another entry in her journal there. And just as in the campaign, the data cache reader, the data cache is up here. Another mentioning of a growth that the cultists want to try and get rid of. And unlike the campaign, this path is open. If we go around this way, there isn't really anything to do for us to find here. And this door is also open. It's this building. Which then means I can show off the Savlo's Wrath unique shard rifle. Very fun weapon. And yeah, kind of looking over the fact there is a growth here, but we did see this in the campaign. There is also another bum leg here, if you like that weapon. And only one of these is the Savlo's Wrath. It's a slightly different colour. And it's got a smaller magazine, but it is fully automatic rather than being a burst fire. makes it very fun to use, but also means that it does run out of ammo very quickly. And up here on these stairs, there is another artifact, and this would normally be the way to progress through Priory, but we're not going to go down that way. Instead, we're going to go out to this sort of main area. There's this warehouse in front of us, and there's this door that was open that wasn't in the campaign, as far as I can remember. And there is also a weapon chest and another way to get to the same area, and we want to go down these stairs. And this is going to be our first real creepy area. There is an artifact here as well. You might notice we are taking a little bit of damage. And it's down here. There is this anomaly here. And if we destroy that, it stops the sort of disruption and opens this door as well. More conflux symbols. More mentioning of the coral snake. See more points of interest on the computers here. It seems like this doctor's suffering. So we are going to put them out of their misery. There is also an artifact here as a reward. We should have quite a few now. That's all we can do in this basement area. Very creepy, and yeah, more mentioning of that coral snake there. It seems like they're not, the conflux aren't very friendly towards them. So we'll learn more about that in the future. And because we've re-entered the zone, these boxes would have respawned. There's a concussion rifle here. It is quite a fun weapon, but it's not actually that powerful, so we're not going to worry about using it. And it's something we have seen in the campaign anyway. Can get another Savage Wrath though, just to top up on our ammo. And we want to head through the rest of the Priory into the South Ridge in the same way that we did in the main campaign. That box there looks like the artifact, looks like an artifact, but it is just the data cache that we put in the reader previously. Does that sound good? One of those ghost anomalies. First of all, start off by getting an artifact at the top here. There's not going to be much for us to pick up for the time being. See some items getting thrown around by another anomaly. It's one of them pulsing gravity anomalies. These ones like suck you in and push you around. Unlike the other ones, they make a slightly different sound. Just like in the campaign, there is a heavy assault rifle here. And as we come out here, there should be another artifact just here. And there is another weapons chest that always spawns, marked by this symbol here. I don't think there's any cells. For it. Looks like crows around for us. But before we go up there, from under here, there is another artifact we can get, along with some orange chests that spawn quite regularly here. I don't know if they spawn every time. And then just here on the radio where we contacted Dr. Chops in the main game, there is this sort of character here we can see frozen and affected by something with these monitors in the back. And this is one thing that I still haven't figured out in Zone Patrol, and it's really annoying me because it looks like quite an interesting area and looks like there's some anomalies going on. I can't figure out where this is. So if you do know anything about this, please let me know down in the comments, because that way I can then include it into this series and part of this guide, just because even after completing everything that I'm aware there is and everything I can find online, this still hasn't come up. So if you know anything about this, please let me know. But other than that, you can see we are being watched and someone is contacting us over the radio. We get told to go somewhere the other side of the courtyards. We can interact with this, but it doesn't do anything. Don't think. And we are pointed in the direction of this as well. And here, rather interestingly, if you remember what happened here in the campaign where we fought a very tough, anomalous enemy, when we were with, I can't remember the character's name, but one of the NPCs, one of the three scrappers, there is a permanent portal that has been sort of unlocked. So it's like sort of damaged the ground where it spawned in. And as you can see, it can send you different places. And yeah, if you are looking to explore the zone more randomly, or potentially want to try and take a shortcut to reach another area of the zone, you can come through this portal. And like I said, it is here permanently, but we're not going to worry about using it just because there is an element of chance. I am hoping that Cazador spawns back with us in a second, unless that was Crow went into the portal, but I'm not entirely sure. And then if you remember the instructions we just got on the radio, it says across the courtyard and into the garage door, and the comms, like all the subtitles, had this symbol. So that is where we're hoping to get to. And we did have a mission to check out the power plant, but this entrance is blocked. But we still want to come down here because there is another artifact for us to get. And up here, there is this Rook character. So yeah, got sent in quite a mysterious quest there. I'll check out our journal in a second. But here, Rook is the last vendor we need to discover in the zone. And if you couldn't tell, they do tend to sell much more advanced weapons, like the plasma rifle, the arquebus, which is very, very powerful. They also have the pulse rifle, a very fun weapon, also very powerful, along with the pulse shotgun, which is a weapon we haven't seen in the campaign. They do sell a pulse pistol if you like. We have seen that previously within the Zone Patrol playthrough. The pulse shotgun is very, very fun and a weapon that I definitely recommend picking up. They also have the smart rifle, another very fun weapon and quite powerful. But we want to pick up the flak rifle. Absolutely awesome weapon, does a lot of damage, and it has a lot of ammo as well, especially with our ammo bag upgrade. So this, I would say, is a substitute for the tank rifle in that it's just a very hard-hitting, tends to be quite accurate weapon as well, that has a lot of ammo. So we definitely want to pick that up. I'm going to keep our tank rifle for now, although I don't think, yeah, we're not going to be having it for much longer. And then we also want to pick up the hazard suit, which then protects us from radiation, and it will protect us from a lot of damage we can receive from the anomalies, but it will also allow us to explore certain areas that we have come across this episode that we can't otherwise access without it. So we want to buy the radiation suit as well. And that is also all the equipment we can buy for our character. So we have body armor, ammo bags, radiation suit, and our goggles that allow us to see NPCs, enemies, and artifacts through walls. Very, very useful feature. Other than that, it's mainly just the other weapons here. Very, very fun. And then we also want to purchase node key 5. And as you can see, it's another codex entry that we cannot delete. And it's just a clue for something that is basically central to the plot of Zone Patrol that we'll rely on later on. Now what we want to do is we can run back to the dropship to leave Zone Patrol, but instead we are just going to quit to the menu and then re-enter Zone Patrol. And then that will start us back on board the VAC ship, and you can see there the companion was unable to follow you. So even though we've quit to the menu, it basically acts as if it's the same play session, so everything should carry over. We've got our flak rifle up here, along with... Actually, I did say this was all the upgrades. I did forget about one, but we'll get that later on. My mistake. And then we're just going to head back down into the zone. But looking at how long this episode has been, I think here's a pretty good place to wrap it up. We did actually get quite a lot done this episode, so I'm happy with the progress we're making so far. And this series is actually going at a much faster pace than I was expected, which is quite nice in a way. And I hope you guys are finding it easy to follow along. But feel free to leave any comments below if you want to ask any questions, or if there's anything you think I've missed, and I'll talk to you about it there. But other than that, I do hope that you've enjoyed this episode and been enjoying this series so far, and also been finding it useful. If you have been enjoying this series or been finding it useful, make sure to like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on the rest of this guide. But thanks again for watching. I always appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.